Harry experienced a painful setback when he accidentally stepped on scorching stones following a confrontation with the media which left him with a mouth injury. In order to prohibit the press, he will need to impose restrictions on his own actions and freedom. He has shown a complete lack of manners and regard for his family's privacy, surpassing even the behavior of newspapers. Greetings and a heartfelt welcome to the Princess Diana News YouTube channel, where we keep you informed and entertained. The primary target of Prince Harry's anger is directed towards the media, specifically the tabloid press. During his recent ITV interview with Tom Bradby, he described the situation as something sinister and malevolent. That is an unkind manner in which to characterize newspapers and a society that values freedom of speech. In certain societies, there is a belief that devils should be actively sought out and eliminated. Perhaps Harry does not have the intention of completely eliminating the press, but he did express to Bradby his desire to reform and regulate it. In an effort to effect change, he aimed to emphasize the significant role of media in the multitude of issues plaguing the UK, causing distress to its citizens. I'm curious to understand his precise intentions. Should we be concerned? Is it logical to believe that a slightly confused and intellectually incapable 38-year-old living in California, 6,000 miles away, poses a significant danger to the freedom of the press in the UK? I highly doubt it. However, I think Harry's perspective on newspapers reveals his true character. Despite Harry's self-absorbed tirades potentially alienating some of his followers, there are still a number of youth who admire and perceive him as a catalyst for progress. They perceive him and Meghan as dissidents who aim to challenge entrenched powers and the status quo. Harry and Meghan intend to passionately support significant causes that hold personal significance to them, such as climate change and the fight against racism. However, I don't perceive him in that manner. From my perspective, Prince Harry is excessively indulged, possesses a sense of entitlement, and enjoys exceptional privileges. Some of his opinions would have been considered conventional even by the most unpleasant aristocrats of the 18th century. Harry is not a proponent of the concept of freedom of speech. He despises the media since they possess the freedom to propagate any statements against him. By displaying his inclination to restrict the freedom of the press, Harry inadvertently demonstrates his lack of true liberalism. These perspectives are commonly attributed to despots who vehemently reject the concept of liberty. To put it bluntly, I genuinely wish I were overstating everything I'm saying, but regrettably, that's not the case. Certainly, Prince Harry does not possess the same ideological burdens typically associated with despotic figures. While I'm not insinuating that he intends to imprison masses of individuals, his outlook on the media remains deeply concerning and fails to align with democratic principles. It is truly astonishing to see how Harry's understanding of the media is utterly flawed. If Harry could avoid misconstruing the situation, we might regard him as an unconventional thinker. However, Harry's theory is completely insane. This theory was shared with Bradby and further expanded upon in the book. To put it cleverly, it can be said that the royal family and the tabloid press have an intricate alliance, deeply intertwined with each other. He informed Bradby that certain members of the royal family have made the questionable choice to align themselves with wicked forces. According to Harry, the royal family members and media have cleverly constructed a twisted story about him and Meghan, ultimately forcing them to leave the UK. During the ITV interview, Harry failed to provide any concrete instances of the purportedly appalling conduct, while Tom Bradby's questioning was noticeably subdued. He explicitly mentioned that, according to him, Queen Consort Camilla has served as the main collaborator with the tabloids. During his interview with Anderson Cooper, he portrayed Camilla as a schemer who manipulates information to salvage her reputation. Following the sad loss of Harry's mother, Diana, in 1997, the media directed negative attention towards Camilla, aligning with the prevailing sentiment of the public. Smartly paraphrased, she was portrayed as the wicked woman who had sabotaged the marital relationship of Charles and Diana. However, over time, Camilla's portrayal in the media improved. According to Harry, the media's alleged relationship is the reason behind this. It seems that Harry never considered the fact that the media started showing more support for Camilla because they saw her as a person who accepted her previous mistakes instead of making excuses for them. It was evident that she had a deep affection for Charles. Regarding Harry's allegations that Camilla divulged information about him and Meghan to the press, there is concrete evidence refuting this claim, making it clearly false. A narrative regarding her initial encounter with Prince William was featured in the Sun newspaper subsequent to her spouse being informed by a personal assistant, leading him to foolishly engage in gossip with an individual linked to the Murdoch empire. Now the assistant was ultimately forced to step down. Surprisingly, it would not be astonishing to discover that certain individuals from the royal household have occasionally shared stories with the media via their trusted aides throughout time. However, it would be foolish and simplistic to suggest that this was a deliberate effort to undermine the influence of Harry and Meghan. In essence, the royal family members are not easily influenced by the media since, with their wisdom, they recognize both the potential risks and benefits that come with media attention. Intelligent individuals understand how to handle both challenges and successes with ease. If Harry and Meghan were as wise as practical Camilla, they would have gained valuable insights. The idea that the media forms a collective agreement to refrain from criticizing their supposed associates within the royal family is simply ridiculous. In regard to Prince Charles, various newspapers express differing opinions, with some lauding him while others raise criticisms. In one month, the newspaper may praise him, while the next month it may criticize him. Prince Harry and Meghan have developed a rather far-fetched hypothesis concerning the potential collaboration of royal family members as a means of justifying their perception of unfair media treatment. However, it is true that prior to their 2018 marriage and for a considerable period thereafter, they received favorable media attention. Whether this can be attributed to their excessive suspicion or simply being incorrect, Harry has unfairly portrayed certain family members and has provided inaccurate information about the media. He desires newspapers to adhere to his values, based on his absurd theories. In my view, this appears considerably similar to a form of tyranny. I won't contend that newspapers haven't been unfair at times towards the hypersensitive Meghan and Harry. One recent instance entailed Jeremy Clarkson discussing a peculiar scenario published in The Sun where Meghan was allegedly compelled to publicly expose herself in every British town. That was absolutely terrible, and I have no intention of defending it. The paper expressed remorse for its actions. However, this incident stood out as an anomaly in the mainstream media, and conveniently, Harry expresses his dissatisfaction with social media. Certainly, social media is widely acknowledged as a chaotic and polluted space, and I do not intend to debate that fact. Harry alleges, without substantiation, that the media is responsible for instigating such disagreeable behavior. If Harry and Meghan had followed the example of their royal counterparts and learned to appreciate compliments while disregarding criticisms, their situation would likely have improved significantly. King Charles once advised Harry that if he disapproved of newspapers, he had the choice to simply not read them. Sometimes, it is inevitable for any public figure to encounter disapproval at certain points. Enoch Powell, a politician known for his accurate predictions, once made a comparison between politicians criticizing the press and sailors complaining about the sea. The royals can also be described in the same manner. It is evident that Harry and Meghan lack comprehension in this matter. They are the most egotistical category of famous individuals. They have a desire to be portrayed according to their own preferences. They vehemently reject any interference that may disrupt the flawless image they are striving to portray. Therefore, Prince Harry expresses his desire. The author suggests that the need to restrict or influence the press is a way for those in power to exert control over the narrative. They point out that if the media is banned, it would also mean limiting their own ability to express themselves. Furthermore, they argue that Harry's behavior towards his family's privacy is more disrespectful than any media outlet. The author then invites the reader to share their opinion on the views presented in their video. I would appreciate it if you could share your thoughts in the comments section and engage in a conversation about Harry and his contradictory actions. If you enjoyed my video, please remember to like and share it with others who may also find it enjoyable tonight. Additionally, we kindly request that you consider subscribing to the Princess Diana News YouTube channel in order to receive further updates in the coming days. Thank you for joining us, we greatly appreciate your support. Farewell, and I'll make sure to catch you again in the forthcoming videos.